Guys, we're going to do the left hand side of the test route. So yeah, let's make a left turn here, and I'm going to be slow so you can see something here. There is a yellow line here with a double arrow. I recommend you stay closer to the left, not to the right. Stay closer to the left. Why? Because when you turn here, it's a pretty tight turn when you are turning. You don't want to turn and hit the curb. Your road test might just be done by you hitting the curb. There is a curb right on the side. Let me show you the curb. There is a curb right here when you are turning. It's a pretty tight spot. You want to make sure that when you turn, you don't hit the curb. Turning, okay? So you don't hit the curb. And then you go ahead and turn nicely. And when you turn closer. Then closer to the yellow line. Then closer to the yellow line, okay? Now, these cars across the street are from Popeyes. The plaza here, they get a little bit aggressive. It's not to say they have right of way over you. We are all trying to join the road. You want to keep your eyes on them. Some of them are pretty aggressive. So keep an eye on them. We stop behind the crosswalk. If there's no pedestrian, we got to go forward a little bit and angle our vehicle to the right. And then if the gap is good, you're basically going to join. So what I'm going to do now is to take you to that same traffic light where you got Petro Canada, and we're going to make a left at the light. We're going to make a left at the light. Now it's 2 lane changes, so signal to your left, blind spot check, move into the first lane, turn the signal off, turn it on again, do a blind spot check. So now we are turning towards the Petro Canada side. And what you do is green, there are cars coming, so we cross the thick line into the waiting zone, and we just look for the right opportunity to go. And we might either get the light to be still green. As you can see, now it changed yellow. So as soon as this last car turns, what do? We complete the turn. You got to clear the space. You got to clear the space as soon as possible. Now you can see 50 kilometer posted right here. This has a shared lane in the middle. Vehicles of opposite side can go into it. Take yellow on the inside, broken on the outside. It's not for you. You're just keeping in this lane. And as you go here, this is it. Do you see where the vehicle just turned? I'm going to be slow to just show you. It has a nice side here on the left with new builds. It's a new subdivision. There is a hidden street right here. An examiner might make you make a left turn here. I'm going to come back to that. For now, I want to focus on the side that goes straight. Okay, so an examiner might just keep you going straight and straight and straight till the road ends. When you make that left turn from that light, one of the options is that you can go straight until the road ends. And I'm going to show you some few things to put in your head. On the right hand side, there is a business here called Noble. The moment you see Noble, you know that the road is almost going to end in some few meters. Then there is some nice apartments here, M Place. Then there is also another apartment right here called Julius Court. Julius Court. That is your landmark. And the road ends here. As you can see, the yellow panel there, the road ends here. I'm going to show you the name of the street we are about to turn into. Guys, pay attention. We are from Welland Avenue, turning onto Cushman Road. Stop. So when you stop, first come, first serve. First come, stop for about 3 seconds. Observe left, right, and left. If you stop first, make sure you stop properly, fully. You'll make a turn. It will say slow watch for children because there is an apartment here, but it's still a 50 kilometer road. If there's no kid there, just proceed and turn. And then here is the main thing, guys. He's going to exit the main road into the residential area, and this is where he begins. You see where the car from the left is coming from? There is a hidden street right there. Your landmark is the blue barrel. There is a blue barrel right here. He was going to tell you to make a left turn. He has a double crossing panel. If there is no pedestrian, of course, you don't need to stop. You just have to do a blind spot check. There is no vehicle coming straight. What do? You make a left turn. And slow so I can capture this. Let me capture the name of the street we just turned into. We made that turn. This was the street we turned into. It's called Rendell Avenue. It's called what? Rendell Avenue, guys. We made a left turn from the main road. You only yield to vehicles coming straight and any pedestrian crossing. There was none. You just do your blind spot to your left, and then you make a left turn. You're making a left turn, you do a blind spot check to your left for pedestrian, and we turn smoothly without stopping. Turn into it. What happens here? We have the right of way for going straight. You got no stop sign. The intersections on the left and right are going to have stop signs. Show the examiner you know how to scan, so you scan to your left and right as you're proceeding through it, just to make sure you watch defensively, just in case. Another intersection, we got no stop sign, so we have the right of way. Just scan to your left and right, show the examiner that you have good vision, and he will tell you to make a right turn. So let's take a right turn here. And what street are we turning into? Basically, guys, the moment you go into Rendell any street, we are turning onto Ancaster Boulevard. Ancaster Boulevard. He has every right to go on any side street on Rendell on the left and right. He will tell you to do a parallel parking. He will tell you to do a pulling over. There is another intersection we just seen here, but we don't have a stop. So you just scan to your left and right as you proceed with caution. And you proceed at the speed limit of 40 because this is the speed limit. So he might tell you to parallel park with this blue car. So please parallel park with this car. Let's parallel park with this car. Signal to your right. And then without stopping in the middle of the road, do your observations as you proceed and create a good distance between you and the vehicle. Good distance between you and the vehicle. You change the gear to your reverse. You stop. You do your left, right, shoulder blind spots, observation, mirror observations. You do your observations, and then you come back a little bit to the tail light. You begin your turn, and you just go and then you create your angle in the mirror. You don't get too close to the curb. You don't get too close to the curb, so you don't hit the curb. And then you just go in, and then you park in nicely like that. Okay, so this will be the parallel parking. Keep going until you're straight. You create a nice 1 foot space away from the curb. As you can see, guys, this is a beautiful, right? 1 foot space away. And then you get back to the road. And you get back to the road. So this is it. When you turn onto Rendell, anything is possible, meaning you can get to go to the left and right. Remember, Rendell is pretty much like the principal street there. So any side street on the left and right of it will automatically have a stop sign. But it's not to say you shouldn't have good scanning skills as you're turning or as you're driving straight. So please keep your eyes wide open even as you're driving straight here. There's like the principal road on the residential. So you observe to your left and right. It's called observation skills at traffic intersection uncontrolled, and you check. So then the examiner is basically taking you back. So he's going to probably tell you to make a right turn. So we make a right turn here, and this is Meredith Drive. It's a two-way stop. There is another stop sign here. This is a two-way stop here. You observe to your left. You observe to your right. And if it's safe, you go ahead and make a right turn with your signal on. As you are turning, you observe at the beginning and you switch your vision to your front. Don't hit the curb. Turn nicely around. Good. And then as you proceed, you are going to see a signage on the right hand side telling you the potential for kids playing. And it has a curve which is pretty sharp. I recommend you keep your speed slow, probably within 15 to 18 kilometers. Just keep it smooth and slow so you don't hit anybody. There could be kids here. Take it easy. You may also have parked vehicles here, so just stay away from them. Create a decent gap so that if they open their doors, they don't catch you. And then you just keep it straight. There is a vehicle coming straight. If the space is wide enough to share, you can go, but don't squeeze it if it's too tight. Yeah, we got parked vehicles on the right, so we're driving a little bit in the middle of the road. But the moment you're done, you come back into the right lane. Then when you get to the next set of cars parked on the right, you get back to the middle if there is no oncoming vehicle. We are approaching a two-way stop. We are approaching a two-way stop. One is facing us, one is facing the other side. And the vehicles on the left and right are principal on the residential. So they get to move without. We got no stopping line here. We got no crosswalk here. So what do? This is Meredith, right? So we got no stop sign. We proceed to the intersection. We're going to make a left turn. We proceed to the edge. And then when safe, we take a left. Meredith takes us back to Rendell, if you can see that. And Rendell takes us back to Cushman. We're just heading back now. So we make a right turn here, guys. This is a right turn. Do you remember the blue barrel we talked about with the double crossing? That brings us to Rendell. So when you stop here behind the line, creep forward and yield to vehicles that are passing. You check carefully. If there is no vehicle coming straight, then you go ahead and you make a right turn. And you can see the yellow line splitting the road into two. That tells you this is a main road. So speed limit 50 kilometers. We are back on Cushman. We are back on Cushman. Cushman has a store on the left. There's an Avondale right here. That's the Avondale right there. That reminds you are approaching Cushman and Welland Avenue, which has an always stop, so we turn right. So keep eyes wide open, tracking down every vehicle from every point to know who stopped first. And fill your tires. When you fill your tires, keep an eye on the other vehicle. He stopped first, so he gets to go. We do our left, right, left observation, and then we follow. For 3 seconds, you stop for 3 seconds, do observations, and you follow, guys. We're back on Welland Avenue from Cushman. There's the thing about Welland Avenue from this side of the test route. It has a bike lane. It has a bike lane, as you can see on the sign. It has a bike lane. So remember to stay away from the bike lane on the right. The line is invisible. The line is not so visible. The paint is off. So you want to make sure that you still treat that. Your best shot is to be a bit closer to the yellow line. Stay about 2 foot away or 2 foot away from the yellow line. That is your best shot. That way you don't end up driving in the bike lane. Okay, so pretty much from here, it's your right of way to just go straight. Vehicles coming on the other side have to yield to us. Vehicles coming on our right hand side of this intersection, which is uncontrolled, they have to also yield to us. And basically all we do is to head back to that traffic intersection where Welland Avenue connects to Banton Road. And when we get to where the car is, I'm going to give you an idea how you can scan from here. The moment you see this light within 200 meters, zoom straight, you can see the shingles of the driving center right there, the blue shingles. That tells you you're going to make a right turn. Okay, and this is Petro Canada on the left. This is Walmart on the right, and if you remember anything at all, the driving center is right on the same side of Walmart. This is Welland Avenue heading back to Banton. And guys, listen carefully. This is an area a lot of people feel. This is a yield turn, guys. This is a yield turn, if you can see that. So when you come here, scan carefully, turn into the right lane. When there is no vehicle coming, turn into the right lane and slow your vehicle down, not too much. Do a blind spot check. Don't encroach on the line, and then make sure there is no other vehicle and you do a lane change. You need to go on the right first. It's a short distance. You do a lane change, and then you do another lane change. So basically in less than 150 meters, you are doing two different lane changes. You don't need speed. Just be smooth and slow, lest you miss the driving center entrance, lest you miss it. So there is a pedestrian coming here. She is giving us a chance to pass, but there is a vehicle coming, so it's not safe to proceed. We do a blind spot check. The pedestrian decided not to pass, so we're going to be waiting. We're going to be going. She decided not to go. Yeah, and then you're basically back in the driving center, and you can see the markings on the pavement saying that you head this way. So we don't expect vehicles to come towards us. We can only go this way. We can only go this way, guys. And this is there are different businesses here. Don't speed. Keep your speed around 10 kilometers. And signal to your left and follow the path of the arrows, the markings on the floor guiding you. So basically the examiner can let you park where the numbers are, or he can let you park in the middle section right here. You can park in the middle section as well. So that does it for this test route. Okay.